So I want to jump in on that because when you talk about assimilation, there's so much to that. We had no choice. Do you know what I mean? If we even tried to maintain any of our culture or anything, that could be a death sentence for us. Do you know? And when you look at bias being in the field of behavioral health, look at the psychological trauma with that. It's no wonder folks want to assimilate. We're people who, if you're darker than, if I'm darker than you, there's a problem. Do you know, I was talking to Andre about these two little girls. They have the videos on Facebook. They're really cute, right? But one of the little girls was talking about, you're beautiful the way you are. And she was saying that some little boy came up to her and said he didn't like her because she was caramel. He liked her sister better because she was lighter than her. Well, when I was growing up, I was brown skinned, so I was okay. I wasn't too light and I wasn't too dark, I was in the middle. But my sister, my running buddy for forever, she's very fair with light colored eyes. We used to have to fight. Do you know what I mean? Just her color. Spike Lee's School Days does an excellent portrayal of light skin versus dark skin. So we have a whole lot of psychological issues. When you talk about knowing who we are, as a people, we don't know who we are. Our identity was intentionally stripped from us. Do you know? So it looks to us like, well, we're still dealing with, if you're light, what is it? Light and bright is right. Do you know what I mean? And I watch, it amazes me how as people get rich, they get lighter. That blows me away. Do you know what I mean? It's like they get lighter, their hair gets long and blonde, and I'm like, wow. But we've taken assimilation to a whole nother level as far as us not holding on to the wonderful things that we've done, because we have so many contributions that we didn't even learn that we made these contributions until the late 60s.
I take a differ with that. We did, because if Woodson back in the 20s was talking about that.
But everybody didn't know Woodson.
I think people were more educated then than they are today. We're less educated today than they were in the 20s and 30s and 40s, you know, and probably before that.
I think
there was movements
wiser,
going on.
but worse.
Yeah, but I think that there was leaders in that community that were writing, that were talking about these things that we're still talking about today. And that those movements went on, but they also, there was a fight or a revolution or a movement to create that atmosphere of black unity and blackness, of whatever that meant at that time. And there was a lot of things that were going on, and then there's that gap in time that we weren't doing too much of anything except for maybe assimilating and trying to be a part of something that we're not. And then the 60s, late 59, 60s, then, people became disgruntled again. And then the civil rights movement, started, and then the Black Power movement and the, I'm Black, I'm Proud movement, and people who were going through that. And then there was another drop period where we're assimilating again and reaching for the pie in the sky, according to our European counterparts, and wanting to be a part of that. And now we're looking at that at another phase in time and say, okay, we need to get back to who we are as a people, because we have too many young black men and women in jail and in prison, dropping out of school. When we were growing up, in my generation and the generation of our parents, it was all about education and moving, in the black community, and teachers and, teaching at the schools. I remember my mom talking about nothing but black teachers,
Yeah, I didn't have black teachers.
but that's a generation ahead of us. And that I said we became complacent and wanting to assimilate and to integrate and to move ahead economically and join with those, our counterparts. And even the movement outside of our communities. We wanted to move in the better white communities where the homes were nicer and grass was in the front yard versus having dirt yards and having that community there.
But when we had nice communities, they came in and burnt them down. Okay, so it's not like, and unfortunately, off the top of my head, I cannot call those communities by name. But I saw you
Greenwood.
not. Well, yeah, the one, but. And I just finished talking about Rosewood.
Yeah, Rosewood, Green, Black Wall Street.
Yes.
Black Wall Street.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And even here in Las Vegas, I'm gonna call out a name, Maddie Snowden. She's no longer with us, but Miss Maddie was a serious historian,
Mm-hmm.
and she used to tell me about how they came and bought the property out.
Mm-hmm.
So the things that we did own, either they burned us out or managed to finagle us out of them. In the finagling, though, that goes with the getting the money and assimilating. But we didn't get paid the same thing. Do you know what I mean? We if you see somebody has it a whole lot better than you,
Mm-hmm.
you want to get there, especially if there's no reason why you can't be there. And Andre, I'm sorry, we just
No, I agree. Going with you guys on that one. But I feel it's a little bit of both. I think we kind of failed ourselves. As usual, I bring it back to us. Accountability is on us. It's not on
Being in office today is that I'm hearing more and more conversations, and what we need to do as a people.
he reveals the heart of America, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that say about us, though?
What you mean?
I mean, he has to reveal something in our hearts too.
I don't know. My heart's pretty much the same.
It's the same?
I've been like this since the '60s.
I don't know. I mean, maybe and that may be so, but I think that the whole conscious movement is kind of starting. Well,
What?
got a joke like
Right.
oh boy, this guy. He,
What I see happening with that, which is really interesting and a little disturbing to me, is right now everybody's woke. Okay,
Mhm.
and these people are so woke. They need to wake up. All right, everybody, our time is up. Thank you so very much for joining us for Black Talk, and hopefully we'll see you next time. God bless.